Hello, my friend. Welcome back to Super English Talks. This is the place where you can learn English in a simple, fun, and very helpful way. I am so happy that you are here today. Maybe you are walking. Maybe you are sitting at home. Maybe you're going to work or going to school. Wherever you are, thank you for listening and spending this time with me. Today we're going to talk about something very special, something that can truly change your life. It is called positive thinking. What is positive thinking? You may have heard this phrase before, positive thinking. But what does it really mean? Why is it important for you, for your life, and for your English learning? That is what we will talk about in this episode. Positive thinking means looking at life in a hopeful and healthy way. It means focusing on the good side, even when life is difficult. It does not mean that everything is perfect. It does not mean that you never feel sad. It simply means you try to see things in a way that helps you feel strong, calm, and ready to keep going. Why is it important? Our thoughts are very powerful. The way we think changes the way we feel, and the way we feel changes the way we act. If we think negative thoughts like, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, I will always fail, then we start to believe those words. We feel tired, we feel sad, we feel scared, and often we stop trying. But if we think positive thoughts like, I will try my best, I can learn something new today, mistakes are okay, I can improve, then we feel stronger. We feel more confident. We feel ready to face the day. That is the power of positive thinking. A simple example. Let's imagine something very simple. Imagine it is raining outside. One person says, "Oh no, it's raining. My day is ruined. I can't do anything." This is negative thinking. But another person says, "Yes, it's raining, but that's okay. I can stay home, drink a warm cup of tea, and read a good book. Or I can listen to music and enjoy the fresh smell of the rain." This person is not ignoring the rain. The rain is real, but they are choosing to focus on something good. That is positive thinking. Positive thinking in English learning. Now, let's connect this to learning English. Many people feel nervous or shy when they speak English. Maybe you think, my English is terrible. People will laugh at me. I will never be a good speaker. These thoughts make you feel weak. They stop you from practicing. They make you lose confidence. But what if you change your thoughts? I can practice a little today. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to try. Every mistake is a chance to learn. These thoughts make you stronger. They help you enjoy the process. They give you the courage to keep speaking. And the more you speak, the better you become. This is why positive thinking is so important for English learners. It can completely change your learning journey. Remember this. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know big, difficult words. You just need to listen, practice, and keep a positive mind. I truly believe that with the right thinking, anyone can improve their English and reach their goals. So, if you are ready, let's begin this journey together. Take a deep breath. Relax your body. Open your heart and mind. Today, you will learn how something as simple as changing your thoughts can help you live a happier life, a stronger life, and a more successful life. Let's start exploring the power of positive thinking right here on Super English Talks. Positive thinking in real life. Now, let's imagine something very common. You are learning English. You are speaking. And then you make a mistake. A negative thinker might say, I'm so bad at English. I will never improve. I should stop trying. But a positive thinker says, okay, I made a mistake. But mistakes are how I learn. I will try again. I am improving little by little. Do you see the difference? Both people had the same problem, a mistake. But their way of thinking about the problem was very different. And that difference changes everything. What positive thinking is not. Some people think that positive thinking means you must always smile or always feel happy. But that is not true. Being a positive thinker does not mean that you ignore bad things. It does not mean that problems disappear. Life has good days and bad days. Everyone feels sad, angry, or tired sometimes. That is normal. That is part of being human. Positive thinking means this. Even when things go wrong, you believe that better days are coming. You don't stay stuck in negative thoughts for too long. You let yourself feel sad, but you also remind yourself, this will pass. I can keep going. Not lying to yourself. Positive thinking also doesn't mean lying to yourself. For example, if you fail a test, you don't say, that's fine. Everything is great, and then forget about it. That would be fake. Instead, you can say, yes, I failed. I feel bad. But I can learn from this. I will study more next time. I can do better. This way, you are accepting the truth, but also choosing hope. That is real positive thinking. Positive thinking is not magic. Some people confuse positive thinking with magic. They think, if I just think positively, everything will magically become better. But that is not how it works. Positive thinking is not magic. It is a tool. It helps you deal with problems in a better way. Focus on solutions, not only on problems. Stay calm, strong, and focused when life is hard. Think of it like wearing a good pair of glasses. When you put on these glasses, you don't see a perfect world, but you do see more clearly. You see the bad things, yes, but you also see the good things. You don't lose hope. You don't give up. You keep moving forward. Another English example. Let's go back to the English learner. Imagine this person tries to speak English in public. Someone laughs at them. A negative thinker might say, this is too embarrassing. I will never speak again. And they stop trying. But a positive thinker will say, okay, that hurt. I feel sad. But I am learning. One day I will speak fluently, and no one will laugh at me. This way of thinking gives energy. It gives power. It helps you stand up again after falling down. Positive thinking is a choice. Here is something very important. Positive thinking is a choice. It is not something you are born with. Some people say, I'm just a negative person. I can't change. But that is not true. Positive thinking is something you can learn and practice, just like any other skill. The more you practice, the stronger your positive thoughts will become. How to practice positive thinking, small steps. You can start with very small steps. When you notice a negative thought, stop and ask, can I think about this in a better way? Say kind words to yourself, just like you would to a good friend. Remind yourself of past successes, even if they are small. Write down one good thing that happened today. These small actions train your brain to see light, even when things feel dark. In short, positive thinking means choosing helpful, hopeful, and kind thoughts, especially when life is difficult. It does not mean being happy all the time. It does not mean ignoring problems. It means believing that problems can be solved, that pain can heal, and that better days will come. And that, my friend, is the true power of positive thinking. Why is positive thinking important? Now, let's talk about something very important. Why is positive thinking important? Why does it matter? The truth is this. our thoughts shape our lives. The way we think affects how we feel. The way we feel affects what we do. And what we do creates our future. That's why our thoughts are so powerful. Think of your thoughts like seeds. If you plant good seeds in your mind, you will grow strong, healthy, and happy. But if you plant negative seeds, you may feel weak, tired, and sad. Example, before an exam. Imagine you have an exam tomorrow. If your mind is full of negative thoughts like, I'm going to fail, I can't do this, you will feel nervous. Your heart may beat very fast. You may not sleep well. You may not study well. And in the exam room, you may forget what you know because you are so afraid. But if your thoughts are calm and positive, like, I studied, I will do my best, it's okay to make mistakes. You feel more relaxed. You think clearly. You remember what you studied. You do your best. This shows how your thoughts change your feelings and how your feelings change your actions. Positive thinking in daily life. Positive thinking is not only for exams. It is important in school, at work, and in relationships. At school, many students give up because they think they are not smart. They say, I will never understand this. I'm just bad at math. When you think like this, you stop trying. You feel small and afraid. But when students say, this is hard, but I can learn it, I will take it step by step, they feel stronger. They feel more confident. They keep studying. And step by step, they improve. At work, if you go to work thinking, today will be terrible, I can't do anything right, then your day will feel long, heavy, and stressful. But if you wake up and think, I will do my best today, I will stay calm and smile, you feel more focused. You have better energy. Your coworkers notice your attitude. Your manager sees your effort. And even if something goes wrong, your mind is ready to solve the problem, not panic. In relationships. Now, let's talk about friends, family, or your partner. When you think negatively, you may say to yourself, they don't care about me. No one understands me. These thoughts make you feel lonely. Even if people around you love you, you may stop talking or you may become angry. But with positive thinking, you can say, maybe they are busy. Let me talk to them kindly. This makes you feel calmer, kinder, and more open. And when you think and act this way, your relationships become stronger and warmer. A real-life story. I want to share a short real-life story. There was a young woman who wanted to become a nurse. She came from a small village. She did not have much money. When she moved to the city, many people told her, it's too hard. You are not smart enough. At first, she believed them. She felt sad. She thought about quitting. But then she changed her thinking. Every day she wrote one sentence. I will become a great nurse. She studied hard. She stayed positive. She didn't let failure stop her. Years later, she became a nurse in a big hospital. And now, she helps people not only with medicine, but also with her kind and positive words. What this story teaches us. This story shows something important. Positive thinking does not remove all problems. It does not make life easy, but it gives you power. The power to keep going. The power to stand up after falling down. The power to try again when things don't go as planned. That is why positive thinking is so important. Positive thinking helps you believe in yourself. Positive thinking is powerful because it helps you believe in yourself even when others don't. Here's a simple example. Imagine you are trying to speak English with someone. A negative thought might say, what if I make a mistake? What if they laugh at me? Because of these thoughts, you stay quiet. You don't speak. You lose the chance to practice. You lose the chance to grow. But with positive thinking, you can say, "It's okay if I make a mistake. I'm learning. Every time I speak, I improve." That small change in thinking gives you courage. You start to speak more. You practice more. And because you practice, you grow faster. Positive thinking opens doors. It gives you new chances. Positive thinking is about life. Positive thinking is not only about feeling good. It is not only about smiling. It is about how we live, how we face problems, how we treat other people, how we believe in ourselves. Positive thinking makes our mind strong and clear. It helps us stay calm when life gets hard. It keeps hope alive in our heart, even when the road feels long and difficult. That is why positive thinking is so important. It helps us build a better life, one thought at a time. Benefits of positive thinking. Now that we understand what positive thinking is and why it matters, let's talk about some of the biggest benefits of positive thinking. These are the good things that can happen when we train our mind to be more hopeful, more kind, and more strong. 1. Better mental health. One of the biggest benefits of positive thinking is better mental health. When we think positive thoughts, our brain feels calmer. Our mind feels more peaceful. We worry less. We feel more in control of our emotions. Life can be stressful. Maybe we are busy. Maybe we are tired. Maybe we are facing problems. But when we think positively, we are less likely to feel stuck. We are less likely to feel hopeless. Example, imagine you failed a test or you didn't get the job you wanted. A negative thought might say, "I'm not good enough." That thought makes you feel heavy, sad, and weak. But a positive thought might say, "This is not the end. I can try again. I will learn from this mistake." This kind of thinking makes your mind feel lighter. It helps you feel stronger. It helps you feel more balanced. And when you practice this again and again, over time, positive thinking reduces sadness and reduces anxiety. 2. Better relationships. Another great benefit of positive thinking is that it helps you build better relationships with people. When you think in a positive way, you speak more kindly. You listen more carefully. You try to understand others instead of judging them. People enjoy being around someone who makes them feel good. People like to be with someone who encourages them and who brings positive energy into the room. Imagine two people. One person always complains, gets angry quickly, and sees the bad in every situation. The other person smiles often, gives compliments, and looks for solutions. Who would you rather talk to? Most of us would choose the positive person. Positive thinking helps you become that person. And when you are kind and understanding, people will treat you in the same way. Your friendships become stronger. Your family feels closer. Even in difficult times, positive thinking helps you stay calm and solve problems without shouting or fighting. 3. Higher motivation. Positive thinking also gives you more motivation. When you believe in yourself, you are more ready to take action. When you focus on hope, you have more energy to keep going. Motivation. The energy to keep going. Motivation means the energy to keep going. It means the power to reach your goals. It means the strength to work hard, even when things are difficult. When you believe something is possible, you are more likely to take action. For example, imagine you want to start a new habit. Maybe your goal is to learn 10 new English words every day. If you say to yourself, "I can do this. I will try," you feel excited. You feel hopeful. You are ready to begin. But if your thoughts are negative, like, "This is too hard. I'm not good at remembering words. Then you feel weak. You stop before you even start. That is the difference. Positive thinking doesn't only make you feel better. It pushes you to take action. It helps you move forward, even when the road is not easy. It gives you strength to keep trying, to not give up, and to believe in your future. Less stress and anxiety. Another benefit of positive thinking is that it helps you feel less stress and less anxiety. Stress happens when we feel too much pressure. It can make our heart beat fast. It can make us feel nervous or tired. Anxiety is when we worry too much about the future or when we think something bad is going to happen. But when we think positively, we feel more relaxed. We understand that not everything is in our control, and that's okay. For example, imagine you miss your bus in the morning. A negative thought might say, "Now my whole day is ruined." But a positive thought might say, "It's okay. I'll catch the next one. I can use this time to take a deep breath." This kind of thinking helps your body and mind stay calm. Less stress means better health, better sleep, and a happier life. Better results in school and work. Positive thinking also leads to better results in school and at work.
Why?
Because when you believe in yourself, you try harder. You pay more attention. You ask for help when you need it. You see mistakes as lessons, not as failures. For example, if you are learning English and you forget a word, a negative thought might say, "I'm so embarrassed. I'm terrible at English." But a positive thought will say, "That's okay. Next time I will remember." This keeps you motivated. It helps you keep learning. The same thing happens at work. If something doesn't go as planned, a negative thinker may give up. But a positive thinker stays focused and finds a new way to solve the problem. Teachers and bosses like people who try hard and don't give up easily. And positive thinking helps you become that kind of person. Summary of the benefits. So, to sum it up, positive thinking helps you in many ways. It keeps your mind healthy and peaceful. It helps you build better relationships with the people around you. It gives you energy and motivation to chase your goals. It protects you from too much stress and fear. It helps you do better in school, at work, and in life. These are not just small changes. These are life-changing benefits. And they all begin with your thoughts. Just imagine, what could happen if every single day you choose just one positive thought? Over time, that small choice could create a very big difference in your life. Negative thinking versus positive thinking. Now, let's look at something very important. The difference between negative thinking and positive thinking. This part is powerful because it helps us see clearly how our thoughts affect our feelings, our actions, and our results. Many people don't even notice the thoughts in their minds. But today, I want to help you see how powerful your thinking really is. Let's begin with a simple example. Imagine you wake up in the morning and you see that it's raining outside. A person with negative thinking might say, "Oh no, it's raining again. My whole day is ruined." Negative thinking versus positive thinking. Now, let's really see the difference between negative thinking and positive thinking. Example 1. The weather. Imagine you wake up in the morning and it's raining outside. A person with negative thinking might say, "My day is going to be bad. I hate this weather." Before the day even begins, they already feel angry. They already feel tired. And because of that one thought, they may carry a bad mood with them the whole day. But a person with positive thinking might say, "It's raining today. That's okay. Maybe the plants need the water. I can take my umbrella and enjoy the sound of the rain." This person doesn't necessarily love the rain, but they choose not to let it ruin their day. They feel calmer. They start their day with peace. Example 2. Learning English. Now imagine you are speaking English with someone and you make a mistake. A negative thought might say, "I'm terrible at this. I'll never speak well. I should stop trying." That kind of thinking makes you feel small and embarrassed. You lose confidence. You stop practicing. And when you stop practicing, you stop improving. But a positive thought might say, "Okay, I made a mistake, but that's normal. I'm learning, and every mistake helps me grow." This kind of thinking gives you hope. It gives you motivation. You feel strong enough to keep going. The situation is the same. You made a mistake. But the results are very different. And the difference comes from the way you think. Example 3. A job rejection. Imagine you don't get the job you wanted. A negative thinker might say, "I failed. I'm not good enough. I'll never get a good job." They feel hopeless. They stop trying. But a positive thinker might say, "It's okay. I didn't get this job, but maybe there's a better one waiting for me. I will improve my skills and try again." That person stays active. They keep moving forward. Again, the situation is the same, no job. But the response is completely different. The truth about life and thoughts. Here's the truth. We cannot always choose what happens in life, but we can always choose how we think about it. If our thoughts are full of fear, we feel weak. If our thoughts are full of anger, we feel stressed. But if our thoughts are full of kindness, strength, and hope, we feel better. We feel more peaceful. We feel more ready to deal with problems. The language of negative and positive thinking. Negative thinking often uses words like, "I can't," "I'm not good enough," "everything is bad," "nothing will ever change." These thoughts are heavy. They often come from fear, from past failures, or from low confidence. And when we listen to these thoughts, we start to believe them. And when we believe them, our actions follow. For example, if you keep thinking, "I can't speak English well," you may avoid speaking. You stop trying. You never improve. Not because you can't, but because you believe you can't. Now compare that to positive thinking. Positive thinking sounds like, "I'll try. I'm learning. It's okay to make mistakes. I will keep going." These thoughts give you energy. They open your mind. They help you take action. They help you believe in small progress. If you think, "I can improve one step at a time," then you will keep practicing. You'll take small steps. And step by step, day by day, you'll get better. A quick exercise for you. Now I want you to try something. Think about a time when something went wrong. Maybe you were late for school or work. Maybe someone said something unkind to you. Maybe you didn't do well on something important. Ask yourself, what did I think at that moment? Did your mind go straight to, "I always mess things up. I'm so unlucky. Why does this always happen to me?" If yes, that was negative thinking. But what if you had said, "It was just one bad moment. I can do better next time. Let me take a breath and stay calm"? That would be positive thinking. Thoughts are like glasses. Your thoughts are like glasses. If your glasses are dirty and dark, everything you see will look bad. But if your glasses are clean and clear, you can see things better. The world around you may not change, but your view of it can. And that changes how you feel, how you act, and what happens next. The power of your thoughts. That's the power of your thoughts. The good news is this: you can train your mind. You can learn to notice when your thoughts are negative, and you can gently change them. It takes time. It takes practice. But every time you replace one negative thought with a positive one, you are building a stronger, kinder, and better version of yourself. So today, try this. When something goes wrong, stop and ask yourself, is there a better way to think about this? You don't have to lie to yourself. You don't have to pretend that everything is perfect, but you can find one small positive idea. Hold on to it. That is the beginning of change. Remember, it's not the situation that controls you. It's your thoughts about the situation. And you can choose your thoughts. How to practice positive thinking in daily life. Now, let's talk about something very useful and practical. How do we practice positive thinking in daily life? You might be asking, okay, I understand that positive thinking is important, but how do I actually do it? How can I think more positively every day? That is a very good question. And the answer is start small. You don't need to change everything in one day. Just change one small thing at a time. Over time, these small steps create a big difference in the way you feel, in the way you speak, and in the way you live. Step 1. Start the day with a good thought. The way you begin your morning can affect your whole day. Many people wake up and immediately think about problems. I'm going to be late. I don't have enough money. I feel so tired. But instead of starting with stress, try this. When you wake up, say something good to yourself. It can be very simple. Today is a new day. I will do my best. I am thankful to be alive today. These simple words help your brain focus on the good, not just the bad. They give you a calm and strong start to your day. And the best part is, you don't need anything special. Just your own words. Just a little time in the morning. Step 2. Be kind to yourself during the day. Here's another helpful practice. Say something nice to yourself during the day. Many people are kind to others, but very hard on themselves. They say things like, I'm stupid. I'm so bad at this. I will never succeed. But these words hurt your mind, just like unkind words from other people. So learn to be your own friend. Talk to yourself with kindness. If you make a mistake, say, it's okay. I'm learning. If you feel tired, say, I'm doing my best. And that's enough. These simple sentences are like medicine for your thoughts. They can help you feel calm. They can help you feel confident. Step 3. Practice gratitude. Another strong habit is to be thankful for small things. Many times we focus only on what we don't have. More money, a better job, better health. And because we focus only on what's missing, we forget to notice the good things we already have. But positive thinking grows stronger when we practice gratitude. Step 4. Practice gratitude. Gratitude means being thankful. It means noticing the good things you already have. Every day, take a moment to look around and notice the small things that make life better. Maybe you have a warm bed to sleep in. Maybe a friend sent you a kind message. Maybe you enjoyed a nice cup of tea. These moments may feel small, but they are important. Because when you focus on what you have, you feel rich inside. You stop comparing. You stop complaining. And you start smiling more. Step 5. Protect your mind. Another way to think more positively is to protect your mind from too much negativity. Some people always talk about problems. They complain all the time. They speak badly about others or about life in general. Being around this kind of energy every day can slowly make your own thoughts more negative, even if you don't notice it at first. Of course, we cannot avoid every negative person, but we can choose how much time we spend with them and how we react. So try to spend more time with people who lift you up, who encourage you, who help you grow. The same is true with media, the news, videos, and social media. If what you watch or listen to makes you feel sad, angry, or afraid all the time, then maybe it's not good for your mind. Choose content that teaches you something good. Choose things that make you feel hopeful. Step 6. Write down the good things. Another very powerful method is journaling, writing things down. At the end of your day, take a notebook or even your phone and write 3 good things that happened. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe you helped someone. Maybe someone smiled at you. Maybe you learned a new word in English. When you write these things, your brain starts to notice more good moments in life. This simple habit trains your mind to focus on the positive. And here's the magic. On the days when you feel sad or tired, you can look back at your notes. You can remind yourself that good things are always around. We just need to see them. Small habits, big change. These are small habits, but they are very powerful. And you don't need to do them all at once. Start with 1. Maybe tomorrow morning you begin your day with a kind sentence. After a few days, add another habit, like writing 3 good things before bed. Over time, these small actions become part of your daily life. Your brain will get used to looking at the good side of things. And when a problem comes, because life always brings problems, your mind will be ready. You will still feel sadness or pain, but you will also have tools to keep moving forward. So remember, positive thinking is not something you do one time. It's something you practice every day, like brushing your teeth or eating breakfast. It's a healthy habit for your mind. And the more you practice, the easier it becomes. Start small. Be kind to yourself. And keep going. Your thoughts have power. Use them to build the life you want. Common challenges in staying positive. Now, let's talk about something very real and very important. The challenges of staying positive, especially when life feels hard. Positive thinking is powerful, but it's not always easy. Life is not perfect. We all face moments when things go wrong. Moments when positive thinking feels impossible. Maybe you feel tired. Maybe you feel disappointed, or lost, or even afraid. Maybe something bad happens, like failing an exam, losing a job, getting sick, or having a fight with someone close to you. In these moments, staying positive can feel very, very difficult. Common challenges and how to stay positive. So, what can we do when life feels heavy? The first thing to understand is this. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel angry, frustrated, or even hopeless sometimes. You are human. Positive thinking does not mean you should always be happy. It does not mean you must smile all the time. And it does not mean you should ignore your real feelings. No. Positive thinking means something different. It means you accept your emotions, but you don't let them control your whole life. You allow yourself to feel, but you don't stay stuck in those feelings forever. For example, imagine you fail a test or a job interview. Of course, you will feel disappointed. It's normal to say, "I'm sad. I worked hard and it didn't go the way I wanted." That's a healthy thought. But after that, you can also say, "What can I learn from this? How can I do better next time?" That is where positive thinking starts to grow. It doesn't take away the pain, but it gives you a way forward. Challenge 1. Negative self-talk. One of the biggest challenges is something we all know: negative self-talk. That little voice inside your head that says things like, "I'm not good enough. I can't do anything right. I will never succeed." These thoughts are very common, especially when life is difficult. But here's something very important to remember. You are not your thoughts. Just because a thought comes into your mind does not mean it is true. You can question it. When a negative thought appears, pause.
Take a breath.
Ask yourself, is this thought helping me or is it hurting me? If it is hurting you, gently let it go. Replace it with something kinder. Say to yourself, I'm learning. I will try again. I am growing. These simple sentences are powerful. They turn a heavy thought into a lighter one. Challenge 2. Feeling overwhelmed. Sometimes we lose our positivity because we look too far ahead. We think about all the problems we have. We think about everything we want to do. And then we feel overwhelmed. In those moments, the best thing you can do is come back to the present. Focus only on today. Ask yourself, what is one small thing I can do today that will help me feel a little better? It could be something very simple like going for a walk, talking to a friend, drinking a glass of water, writing one sentence in your journal. You don't need to fix your whole life in one day. You just need to take one small step, and then another, and another. That's how progress is made. Challenge 3. Negative people around you. Another challenge is the people around us. Maybe your friends, your family, or your coworkers are always negative. They complain all the time. They say things like, you can't do that. Life is just hard for people like us. These words can affect you. Even if you try to stay positive, hearing negativity again and again can pull you down. But here's what you must remember. Your mind is your own space. You can choose what you accept and what you ignore. You can say to yourself, they feel this way, but I choose to think differently. And if possible, spend more time with people who lift you up, who encourage you, who help you grow. Positive people help you stay strong when life gets tough. Challenge 4. Time and practice. And finally, the biggest challenge of all, time. Positive thinking is not something you learn in one day. It takes time. It takes practice. Think of it like learning a new language like English. At first, it feels hard. You make mistakes. You forget words. You feel shy. But if you keep going, step by step, you improve. You start to understand. You start to feel confident. Positive thinking is the same. Some days you will feel strong. Some days you will feel weak. And that's okay. The key is to keep practicing. Every time you notice a negative thought and replace it with a kinder one, you are training your brain. Every time you choose hope instead of fear, you are getting stronger. Final thought. So remember, positive thinking is not about being perfect. It's about practicing. It's about trying again and again. Feel your feelings, but don't stay stuck in them. Take small steps. Protect your mind.
Keep practicing.
And slowly, day by day, you will build a stronger, calmer, and more hopeful version of yourself. Asking for help and a story about Daniel. Let's also remember something very important. Sometimes we need help. Being positive does not mean doing everything alone. It does not mean you must always be strong by yourself. If you ever feel stuck or if you feel deeply sad, it is okay to talk to someone. You can talk to a friend. You can talk to a teacher. You can talk to a counselor or someone you trust. Asking for help is not weakness. It is actually a sign of strength. It means you are smart enough and brave enough to take care of yourself. Because the truth is, we all need support sometimes. No one can carry everything alone. So when life feels hard, don't blame yourself. Don't say, why can't I be positive right now? Instead, say to yourself, I'm having a tough moment and that's okay. I will take care of myself. I will do one small thing to feel better. I will try again tomorrow. That is what real positive thinking looks like. It's not about being perfect. It's not about pretending you are happy all the time. It's about being soft, being patient, and being full of hope. Staying positive in difficult times means being kind to yourself. It means not giving up even when things feel heavy. And it means remembering this. No matter how dark the night is, the sun will always rise again.
So keep going. Keep trying.
Keep practicing. You are doing better than you think, one thought at a time. Now, let me share a short and simple story with you. It's about a young man named Daniel. This story is imaginary, but many people in real life have had experiences just like his. I hope this story will help you understand how powerful positive thinking can be. Daniel was 22 years old. He lived in a small town and worked at a supermarket. He didn't go to college and he didn't have many friends. Every day was the same. He woke up, went to work, came home, ate dinner, and went to sleep. Daniel felt tired. He felt bored. And sometimes he felt very sad. He often thought, my life is not going anywhere. I'm not special. Nothing will ever change. One day, Daniel's uncle gave him a small book as a gift. The book was about positive thinking. At first, Daniel didn't want to read it. He thought, this is silly. How can a book change my life? But one evening, he picked it up and read just a few pages. The book said, your thoughts create your life. What you think every day becomes your future. These simple words stayed in his mind. The next morning, instead of saying, I hate my job, Daniel tried something new. He said, I'm thankful I have a job. It felt strange at first, but it made him smile just a little. At work, he tried to be kinder to the customers. He said, good morning and have a nice day with a real smile. For the first time, some customers smiled back at him. And that small change made Daniel feel a little better inside. Day by day, Daniel changed small things. He stopped saying bad things to himself. When he made a mistake, he didn't say, I'm stupid. Instead, he said, it's okay. I can try again. When he felt lazy, he didn't say, I can't do anything. Instead, he said, I'll just do one small thing today. He also started writing in a notebook every night. He wrote down 3 good things that happened that day, even if they were very small, like, I helped an old woman carry her bag. I finished reading a chapter in my book. A customer smiled at me today. After a few weeks, Daniel noticed something amazing. On the outside, his life was the same.
Same town.
Same supermarket job. Same routine. But on the inside, he was different. He felt more hopeful. He felt more confident. He didn't feel stuck anymore. And then something surprising happened. A new manager came to the supermarket. She noticed Daniel. She saw that he was friendly, hardworking, and positive. After just 1 month, she offered him a better job as a team leader. Daniel couldn't believe it, but he remembered the words from the book. Your thoughts create your life. And he realized it was true. His positive thoughts had created a new beginning for him. Daniel's journey and the power of positive thinking. With his new role at the supermarket, Daniel began to make small changes in his life. He started saving money. He began taking online courses to improve his skills. His dream was to work in computer repair. 1 year later, Daniel left the supermarket and joined a training center as a full-time computer technician. Daniel's life changed, not because of luck and not because someone gave him everything. It changed because he changed the way he thought. He believed in himself. He focused on the good. He stayed patient. Step by step, his whole life moved in a new direction. So if you ever feel stuck like Daniel, remember this. You can start with one thought, one kind word to yourself, one small change. Positive thinking is not magic, but it is powerful. It helps you see the light even when life feels dark. It helps you believe that something better is possible. And that belief can change everything. Summary of today's lesson. As we come to the end of today's episode, let's take a moment to remember everything we learned. We started by understanding what positive thinking really means. Positive thinking is not about pretending everything is perfect. It is not about smiling all the time. It is about choosing to see hope, choosing to be kind to yourself, choosing to believe that things can get better, even when life is hard. Positive thinking does not remove all your problems, but it gives you the strength and mindset to face them in a healthier and more helpful way. We also talked about why positive thinking is so important. Our thoughts affect our feelings. Our feelings affect our actions. So, when we think positively, we feel more confident, calmer, and more ready to take action. It helps us in school, at work, in our relationships, and even in learning English. Positive thinking gives us motivation to keep going, even when we make mistakes. It helps us grow. It helps us stay hopeful. Benefits of positive thinking. We discussed many benefits. It helps our mental health by reducing stress and anxiety. It improves relationships because we speak and act with more kindness. It gives us energy to reach our goals. It helps us focus on solutions instead of just problems. When we think positively, we become stronger inside. We feel more in control of our life. Negative thinking versus positive thinking. We also looked at the difference between negative and positive thinking. Negative thinking makes us feel stuck. It tells us we can't do it. It tells us we are not good enough. Positive thinking reminds us that we are learning. It tells us that mistakes are okay. It shows us that progress takes time. The same situation can feel very different depending on how we think about it. That is the power of your thoughts. How to practice positive thinking. Then we learned how to practice positive thinking in daily life. Small steps can make a big difference. Start the day with a kind thought. Be thankful for small things. Say nice words to yourself. Spend time with positive people. Write down the good things that happen each day. These habits are simple, but they can bring big changes. With practice, they train your mind to focus on hope and kindness. Challenges of staying positive. We also talked about challenges. Staying positive is not always easy. There will be hard days. You may feel tired or sad sometimes.
And that is okay.
Being positive does not mean being perfect. It means being patient with yourself. It means doing your best, even when life is difficult. Final thought. So, remember Daniel's story. His life did not change overnight. It changed step by step, thought by thought, day by day. You too can start with one small positive thought today. One kind word to yourself. One simple action. Positive thinking is a skill. It takes practice. It takes patience. But over time, it can change your life.
Keep going.
Keep trying. Keep practicing. Closing thoughts and practical tips. Positive thinking means not giving up. It means being kind to yourself when things go wrong. It means taking care of your thoughts and slowly learning to choose hope instead of fear. And if things ever feel too heavy, it is okay to ask for help. We all need support sometimes. Asking for help is not a weakness. It is a smart and strong choice. We also listened to the story of Daniel. He was a simple young man who changed his life by changing his thoughts. He started small. He stayed consistent. Little by little, his life moved in a better direction. Daniel's story reminds us of something very important. Real change doesn't always come from outside. It often starts inside, in our own mind. One small step for you. So today, I want to encourage you to try just one small thing. Maybe tomorrow morning, you can start your day with a good thought. Or perhaps you can write down something nice that happened today. Maybe you can catch one negative thought and replace it with a kinder, more helpful thought. Just one small step is enough to begin. Over time, those small steps can lead to big changes. Remember, your thoughts are your power. Use them wisely. Be patient with yourself. Speak kindly to yourself. Believe in yourself. Even if your progress feels slow, that is okay. You are learning. You are growing. And you are not alone. Your action today. Before we finish, I invite you to take one simple action today. Try to practice just one positive thinking activity. It can be something very easy. Start your day with a kind thought to yourself. Write down one good thing that happened today. Catch one negative thought and change it to a positive one. Choose just one small thing and do it today. This helps you practice what we talked about and begin to feel the power of positive thinking in your own life. Think of positive thinking like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Even small steps add up to big changes over time. You don't have to do everything at once. One step at a time is enough. Stay connected. If you enjoyed this podcast, I would be very happy if you could subscribe to this channel. When you subscribe, you'll get new episodes easily. This way, you can keep learning and practicing your English every day with useful topics like this one. Also, feel free to leave a comment below. I love reading your thoughts and questions. You can share your own experience with positive thinking or ask me about anything you want to know more about. Your comments help me make better episodes for you and for other listeners. If you know someone who might enjoy this podcast, share it with your friends or family. Sharing good ideas and helpful information is a wonderful way to support others and help them grow. Maybe your friend wants to learn English or needs some encouragement. Your sharing could make a big difference in their life. Practice and repeat. Finally, if you want to improve your English listening and speaking skills, I encourage you to listen to this episode again. Repeating and listening many times is one of the best ways to improve. You will hear new words and phrases each time, and your understanding will get better and better. Try to repeat some sentences out loud. Practice speaking with a friend, or write down some new words. Remember, practice makes progress. To finish, thank you again for spending your time with me today. Remember to practice one positive thinking activity. Subscribe for more helpful episodes. Leave your comments and share this podcast with others. Keep practicing your English and keep thinking positively. You are on a great journey, and I am proud of you. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care and have a wonderful day.